Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm Danae with Musicplay. It's lovely to see you all. We are joined today with Tammy Carley for her session, You Can Do It. I'm going to hand it over to Tammy in just a second here, but just as a reminder for our webinars, if you have any questions, please put them in the chat. We'll have a 15-minute question and answer period at the end. And again, if you have any questions about Musicplay or about your session, please feel free to pop them there. We'll be keeping track of those. Anyway, Tammy, I'll hand it over to you.
Great. Thank you so much. Yes, my name is Tammy Carley, and I'm located in Denmark, Wisconsin. Denmark is actually kind of near Green Bay. So if you're familiar with the Green Bay Packers, I'm pretty much about 12 miles south of there. So anyways, I'm thrilled to be here today to give you some suggestions and ideas of how to start an ukulele program. I was blessed to have met Denise in a few conferences. As I was going through the program, I actually started teaching 26 years ago. And let's just move this ahead one. I actually started teaching 26 years ago. And after I was teaching around 15 years, I decided to go into elementary music education. And it's been a wonderful change of pace for me. And one of the things that I was talking to Denise about is how I had the love of instruments. And her and I talked a lot about ukulele playing, and I was excited. So I brought that idea back to my own hometown, which I will be talking to you about. But I have been in the music as an elementary music teacher for the last 11 years. And I currently teach in a rural district. So in our school district, we have around 1,500 kids. And at the elementary level, I teach K through 5, around 600 students, 5 days a week, with the 45-minute classes. So I started this curriculum in 2014. I remember going to Chicago. I went to Vegas. I went to Memphis, Indianapolis, and then several of the virtuals too. So I just love Musicplay, and I hope that you're enjoying using this curriculum as well. I am a percussionist, so I really grasped onto ukuleles, xylophones, metallophones, and all of the classroom work on curriculum with this curriculum using instruments. Along with that, I've taught several student teachers. And I actually now volunteer at our local colleges. There's actually 3 in a radius of about 50 miles, and I've tried to take on Musicplay Online, show them some really cool new ideas. So when they come out to our level, they are going to have some tools in their pocket, which they absolutely need. So here we go. Why teach ukulele? Well, why not, right? It develops fine motor skills, your hand and eye coordination. I think it's very beginner friendly. I think it's got a really nice, it's not too big, it's not too small. I start teaching in 3rd grade. I think prior to 3rd grade, just the attention span isn't there. So I believe that starting in 3rd grade is a great time. And I introduce lots of different genres along with teaching ukulele, which I think is fun. I show kids that this can be an activity that you can teach alone or play alone, or you can play with others in a group. And I think students find success pretty early on, and they feel good about themselves. Funding for your program, I know that's always a concern. When I was on a pontoon boat in the summer of 2014, I was with a couple guys and families, and we were talking, and they owned a construction company. And it turned into, hey, I'd love to have an ukulele program. And it turned into, well, how much would it cost? And one thing led to another, and they ended up buying me a full set of 30 ukuleles with cases. So when I look at, maybe you know a business in the community that would like to donate, and they had children within the program as well, so they were happy to donate. Maybe donors choose. I have friends who've used that several times and have brought in a lot of neat funding for their schools, or GoFundMe or PTO funds. Anywhere you could do it, even maybe after a concert, you could have a jar out there and tell them what your needs and wants are, and If you have a budget, maybe you can talk to administration. And like for me, I teach 200 students ukulele every year. So that's a lot of big impact on my school. So they really do, they embrace this program as well. And I do offer a summer school class as well, which is 3 weeks. So every day there's 15 classes. So these kids are learning uh, 10 to 12 chords by the time they're done after 15 lessons, and they just have a blast. So the brands and the styles, where there is 4 different sizes of ukuleles, I prefer the soprano. I think this is a really easy for hand and eye coordination again. I would recommend the soprano. It's economical. Like for me, this is a Green Bay Packer one, but you can get lots of different colors. Diamond head is what I use in my classroom. And there's also Kala, Lanakai, and Luna. Prices are ranging around $40 to $80 per ukulele. The ones I have in my classroom were $40 and they come with a vinyl storage case. I ended up getting ones with hard cases just because the funding was there. And so I kind of said, hey, do you mind if we get hard cases? So, but a nice vinyl case would also work. When I teach fundamentals to the kids, I do teach the history of the instrument. It's actually an ukulele, not a ukulele. So the kids love saying that. How to handle the cases, the value of the instruments, storing the case under their chair during rehearsals. I'm going to show you a short video soon. And this is how students actually get the ukuleles out of the case even. I truly tell them that this is like a brand new baby. So you really have to take good care of it. I've had mine for my set is behind me. They're on the storage over there, but I've had them for close to 9 years now. And they don't have nicks or scratches in them because the kids really do take care of them. I tell them that we all want to play on really nice instruments, and they trust the process as well. I make sure that they're sitting arm lengths away because when you are playing, you certainly don't want to hit your neck with somebody else's neck, and that's how you get the nicks again. I demonstrate, so I'm always mirroring. So if I'm looking at the kids, I actually have mine backwards. I don't play it backwards, but when I'm showing different skills, I'm showing different chords, I put it backwards to me. So when they're looking at it, they are looking at it from the correct position to them. I also show them we talk about our fingers. We talk about all the different parts of the instrument. So again, this is just showing them how to take good care of it. I talk about these tuning pegs, but we don't touch them. I don't touch them at least until their first year after they've been playing for a year with me, because you don't really know who's completely interested until after they learn those 3 chords, which we'll be talking about. And it's too easy to break these strings. So I do all the tuning until we get to a point where I feel like either in a summer school class or in 4th or 5th grade that I feel like now they're mature enough to take on trying to tune the instrument. Yeah. Okay. So I talk about my hand positions and I talk about the frets. So we really dig into that and make sure they understand it. And then we have them wiggle their first finger, second and third finger, sit and do that. I also talk to about putting it on, taking it off, putting it on. You'd be surprised how many kids are trying to do it this way. So just putting it on, taking it off. So if you're going to have a first lesson with the students, I make sure that I tune all the instruments prior to starting. Now, if it's a curse or not, I have perfect pitch. So I know my 4 notes, the G, E, A, and I can hear that. So when I can make sure that they're all tuned prior to starting the first lesson, we do on Musicplay Online, they've got a fantastic chord chart. And I'm going to show you here. On Musicplay Online, they've got all these really neat chord charts. And I've actually printed them out and I've got them here. And I put them up in my classroom, so they're very visual for kids to see. So I probably have about 12 of them up at this point. So let's see here. And why do I put them up? It reinforces how to play. So they know that either you're in the first fret, the second fret, or the third fret. So if we take a look at Coconut, for instance, which is also on Musicplay Online, love it. This would be the first chord that I would be teaching. So if I were to be teaching this, the first thing I would do on my smart board is I put that up on my smart Chord screen. And I talk to them about, first of all, we're going to sit up straight in our chairs, 2 feet flat on the floor. And we're going to talk about our first finger again. And then we are going to use our first finger on the first fret, bottom string. So one thing I've mastered over the years is having them repeat it back to me. So I would say first finger, first finger, first fret, bottom string, thumb behind, like a crab, like a crab. And I like to do the crab because otherwise your thumb can get behind like this, and they're struggling with their fingers. They don't know where to put it. So I always do the crab. And then once they get that, I have them take it off, put it back on, take it off, put it back on several times, getting used to that so they're not coming over the top. So this is super cool. And once they feel comfortable, the next thing I do is I teach them 4 strumming patterns. Now I'm actually going to play it the right way. But the strumming patterns, I use 4 quarter notes. So I'll go strum, 2, 3, and they'll play along right with me. Good. And the second pattern will be quarter, eighth, quarter. Play with me, quarter. And if you have an ukulele today, absolutely play with me. I'd love to have you play with me. So repeat after me. First finger, first fret, bottom string, thumb behind, like a crab. Okay, so now we're going to play our second strumming pattern, which is quarter, eighth, quarter, eighth. Good. And then we do it backwards. Eighth quarter, eighth quarter, eighth. And I'm showing it on the board before we play it. And then all eighth notes. Eighth. Good. Now they're going to find instant success. So you tell them, repeat it again. Okay, let's get our instrument. First finger, first fret, string, thumb behind, like a crab. So now we're just going to do quarter notes, your first pattern. And I always say, you gotta smile. It's a wonderful, fun instrument. You can move a little bit. Now pattern 2. Eighth, four. Maybe we'll go to pattern 3. I also make sure that they start singing it too. So instant success. So I really think that's one of my favorite songs I love to start with. And I'm going to show you also a couple, and then there's also on Musicplay Online a wonderful tutorial. And if you go under
introduction to
so there's an introduction to the ukulele. There is also, and where do you find these resources? You can find them if you go back to instruments. So if you're watching me, you go to instruments. You're going to go to ukulele. Once you're in ukulele, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3 chords. Now right here at the top, right there it is. And under here, Denise had all set up these wonderful small tutorials as well. So I would totally utilize this resource too. That is a lot of great information right there. So I think I'm going to play our ukulele video 1 right now. And this is just me teaching some students who haven't played since fall. We just did it this last week in class, but it gives you a really fresh perspective on how I teach my classroom. So this is video number 1.
Hey, Tammy, did we want to save these just until the end? Did you
Oh,
still want me to
yes.
share them for you?
Oh, absolutely. I am so sorry. You are correct. Yes.
That's all good.
So we have 2 videos that we will be showing you at the end. My fault.
It's all
Okay.
good.
So after we watch that, then we're going to do our second lesson. And once again, I always on the second lesson do the same thing. I reteach how to take them out of the case. I reteach about holding them, which way the neck goes. I teach about, and some people ask me, how about left-handed kids? Well, I'm the prime example. I am left-handed. To me, I struggled playing a string instrument when I was in college because to me, I'd love to play a violin this way. I would do fabulous, but this way I knew I would struggle. So, but I'm just letting all kids know that we all play in the same direction because that's the way this soprano ukulele is made. They do adjust, and you just have to push through a couple challenging ways to push down they'll push down the strings, but they'll be fine. So just stick to the process for them. Jambalaya, this is another fantastic one that I've used, and you can talk about New Orleans, you can talk about where New Orleans is located, and again, all of this is on Musicplay, and again, if you go into the chords and lyrics on this one, how neat is this? And you can play right with it. Now, it has chords for C and G, so I would teach it the same way. If I'm going to teach a C chord, I'm going to use third finger. So if you do have an ukulele with me, you're with you right now. Okay, so I'll go this way so you can see it. Can you hold up your third finger? Great. Can you repeat after me? Third finger, third fret, bottom string, thumb behind, like a crab. All right. So again, I go through all the strumming chord, all the patterns with the students. Take it off, put it on. Take it off, put it on. And then, so this is my second lesson. My first lesson was only C7, trying to get some success. Lesson 2. So I teach the C chord. I'll do it my way. Good. Now the G chord, because it has 3 different chords. Let's see if I can, right there. So I'll put that up on the screen first for all the students. I show them, for the G chord, do we play anything in the first fret? No. For the G chord, I like to put down 2, then 1, then 3. So I'll say to them, repeat after me, second finger, second fret, bottom string, first finger, first fret or second fret, third string, third finger, third fret, second string. So, and I also have them show their neighbor. I love that idea because then they're helping each other. They're showing each other that they actually know what they're talking about and what they're doing. And then we go through that whole sequence again. We make sure that they can play it on and off. We work at it. And then I'll say, like, we're going to play the C chord 8 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to switch to the G. 1, 2, and we might do this for 2 to 3 minutes. Now back to your C. Now for differentiated instruction, if there are students that are just struggling, their only job is to try and play the C whenever the C comes up. For those that are needing a challenge, some kids are just, they got it. And if they really want to be challenged, tell them not to look. That's always fun too. So just to hear just a piece of this real quick. It's just fun. You got your support.
By Joe, me gotta go, me on my, me gotta go for the hero down the bayou.
Okay. So great resource on Musicplay Online. Love it. All right. And of course, also on Musicplay Online, we've got a fantastic, like I showed you, lots of chords. And you know, it's got lots of posters on there as well. Okay. Jump out of there. Always review the basics to reinforcing, like holding them like a brand new baby. A lot of kids like to hold them like this when it's just flat, and that's not correct. We want to make sure they're holding them like a brand new baby. Make learning fun. You'll see if there's kids getting frustrated, and you just got to kind of read the room a little bit and keep it simple. I use a unit for ukuleles in the fall for 3rd grade and 4th grade that lasts about 6 class periods. So out of a 45 minutes, we might play for 30. My goal is for them to play a C, a G, and an A minor, and then find some fun songs that I can play with those. How do you assess kids? After those, you feel like you've practiced the C, G, and A minor. They come one at a time back to my desk. And it takes maybe 20 seconds. Play a C, play a G, play an A minor. Great. And now we do standard testing, standardized grades. So we get a 3, a 2, or a 1. 3 means you've mastered it. I'm bored. I'm ready to go on. 2 means I'm working hard, Miss Carley, but I'm just not there yet. And a 1 means they're crying, they're not engaged, which I really don't have struggles. I mean, I know kids really struggle, but then I really I bring it back to just 1 chord, especially students with disabilities, making sure if you can just do 1 chord for me, they're just falling into success. If they pass all 3, I have a ukulele parent letter that I think has been attached as well. And so, yeah, so this is what goes home to kids. And that's only if they can perform those 3 chords. And that's an expectation in my classroom. So, and this is great because it gives them a chance to say, yes, Mom, I can play. Otherwise, if the kids want to play, go get an ukulele after their first time, they get really excited. I always say, just wait. If you pass the 3 chords, then you can get it for birthday, Christmas. And I always do it in the fall, so then kids get it on their Christmas lists. So, all right. I think that about wraps it up as far as my presentation. As far as storing, real quick, as far as storing it, if you look behind me, I've got them stored right on a shelf. The kids are responsible for putting them away, taking them out. And again, it's at their level so they can put them away. And my last resources has lots of cool places where you can look online, including a best online ukulele tuner resource. So, all right. I could talk for another hour on this. I love playing ukulele.
All right, excellent. Thanks, Tammy. Tammy, did you want me to show those videos now?
How much time do we have? Is that good?
Sure, we actually have another 20 minutes or so. The videos
Okay, great.
together are about 10, so I can
Perfect.
show those now if you'd like.
I think that would be
Or,
great. Yeah, our first ukulele
excellent.
video. Again, this is just a class that I had this past week, and I let them know what I was doing, and I just told them, and they hadn't brought them out since the fall. So this is them just trying to get regrouped after, like I said, I do it in the fall, and then usually like in May now, all the concerts are over. We're just having fun in class, and this is a great review. So enjoy.
All right, just to confirm, you can see the video?
I can, yes.
All right, excellent. Let me know if you have any trouble with audio.
Good morning, teachers. With me today is a group of 4th graders, and we have really not played ukulele since the fall. So today what we are doing is reviewing in the springtime now 2 different chords. So I'm going to show you the process of when we take them out to playing a song called Jambalaya, which is an easy ukulele chart that you can find on Musicplay online. It's a great New Orleans chart that I love to do with the kids. So students, if you want to just make sure that your cases are facing up, you may get your instrument out. Okay, put your cases underneath. want you to hug your instrument with your neck facing the piano. Okay, remember, these are brand new babies. We always have to treat them like a brand new baby, all the time. If it's your first time taking it out or your 20th time, okay? Can you hold up your hand towards the piano, please? Can you move your first finger and your second finger, your third, your first and your third? Just getting them to really think, because this is a big process with your hand and eye coordination. Now, can somebody remind me on our neck, what are those lines called? Kirsten? Frets. They're called frets. So, what we're going to do here now, in looking at jambalaya, we are noticing that we are playing 2 chords, and I'm hoping over the process you are learning how to read these chords on the chart. So, do we play anything in the first fret?
No.
Second fret?
No.
But we are playing our 3rd finger in the 3rd fret. And I also have all of my chords up here under You Can't Do It. Can't do it. So, here we go. So, can you repeat after me? 3rd finger.
3rd finger.
3rd fret.
3rd fret.
Bottom string.
Bottom string.
Thumb behind.
Thumb behind.
Like a crab.
Like a crab.
Okay, and then what we're going to use are our 4 different rhythm patterns. And students understand that we have to learn these patterns on each chord. So our first chord is, or our first pattern is all quarter notes. Ready? Ready, play. And stop, take your hand away. Think about it. Bring it back up. 3rd finger, 3rd fret, bottom string. 2, ready, play. And I'm walking around, making sure that all the students, make sure your 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret. Ready, and stop, take it away. 2, do pattern number 2. Chord, and stop. So we would go through all the 4 patterns. Now look at your G chord. Do we play in the first fret? No. We're going to have 2 fingers in the 2nd fret. Now we got to think about it being like glue. Okay, and we're going to put 2, 1, 3 down in that order. So can you repeat? And I have to hold my instrument backwards, which is going to help them when they're watching me to put my fingers where they belong. So can you take your 2nd finger, please? Repeat after me. 2nd finger.
2nd finger.
2nd fret.
2nd fret.
Bottom string.
Bottom string.
Now glue it there. It's not going anywhere. Repeat after me. 1st finger.
1st finger.
2nd fret.
2nd fret.
3rd string.
3rd string.
Glue that so it's not moving, and try not to flatten it. Bring that head around. If you need to look, bring your head around. Try not to flatten, because this is what happens to your wrists, and then your wrists hurt. Okay? All right? So now repeat after me. 3rd finger.
3rd finger.
3rd fret.
3rd fret.
2nd string.
2nd string.
Okay, are they all glued? Now I want you to show your neighbor, making sure that this helps each other as well. Okay? All right, let's play our first pattern. 2, ready, all quarter notes. Quarter, 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 quarter. Take it away. Off. 2, put it back on. Wait. 5, 6, crab behind. Here we go. Take it away. Off. 2, put it back. Good job, everybody. 6, ready, here we go. Good. Now the only thing you're missing is smiling. Now we're gonna now and stop. Think about your C chord. Repeat after me. 3rd finger.
3rd finger.
3rd fret.
3rd fret.
Bottom string.
Bottom string.
Thumb behind.
Thumb behind.
Like a crab.
Like a crab.
Pattern 3. 8/8 chord. 8/8 chord. 8/8 chord. Ready, stop. And stop. Now what we're going to do is we are going to be working at this for a good 3 to 5 minutes, just going back and forth from your C to your G chords.
Great.
All right, awesome. And I'll just share that 2nd video here.
And the 2nd video now is putting it all together. So now we practiced it for about 2 to 3 minutes. And now we're going to actually play with the song. And you're just going to see how it's just, and again, if they can play 1 chord, great. If some of them can play 2 or they're not looking anymore.
Okay, so now that we've been working at this for 3 to 5 minutes, going back and forth from your C to your G chord, those of you who are ready to play both chords, go ahead and play with this song. If you're saying, I'm really good with the C chord, Miss Carley, fabulous. So all you're doing is playing C. When it asks you to play C, go off on the G. If you think you can just play the G, fabulous. So you have choices. Play one chord, play both chords. All right? Are you ready?
Yes.
Great song from New Orleans called Jambalaya. We get our C chord. Third finger, third fret, bottom string. All right, where's your smiles? G chord. C chord. I need you to sing with me. G chord. Let me hear you sing. Ukulele playing can be so much fun. I really hope you enjoyed it.
Great. Lots of fun. Makes me smile watching all those kiddos. I know they were proud to do it as well.
All right, excellent. I do actually have some questions if you're ready for some of those.
Absolutely.
All right, perfect. So the first question in our chat was, are your ukes low G?
Well, the soprano that I'm using, this G is the G above middle C. So that's my first pitch that I'm tuning it to. So these are ukuleles in C. And then this is your hometown C, your middle C. And then E, and then your A. So first 6 notes in your concert C scale. Yeah.
All right, awesome. And a very closely related question is, do you always strum with your thumb?
I do. You know, some of the kids wanted to use a pick, and these strings are just nylon. So I tell them to toughen up. They say, you know what, because that could be up. I can't imagine they get stuck inside. I mean, I really think this is an easy, if they're strumming really, I tell them if they're getting, you know, we talk about not getting it feeling too hard. Also, if they're getting this pingy, they're getting that pingy sound, that means either they're not just using their fingertip. So you got to make sure just your fingertip, like I almost show them a C, like I can see through my hand. So when they're playing, making sure that just that finger is against the bottom string, and then, or the second string, or the third string, or the fourth string. And then if you got that pinging sound, making sure just your fingertip, and just a light strum. Tell them light, light, light. Okay, great.
All right, thank you. Are students assigned an ukulele, and are the ukuleles labeled?
Actually, they're not. I don't try to micromanage that much in my classroom. Like I said, I have one right here. They're on the storage bin. Now, these are hard cases, and I know that's going above and beyond, but I knew I wanted to keep them for a very long time. And so they come with a vinyl case, and they're nice. There's nothing wrong with that. but these hard cases after 9 years have really held up. Now you notice they're all black. And when I was first getting my ukuleles, our school colors are purple and yellow. So I thought, oh, let's do purple and yellow, or maybe all black. So the kids were like, oh, I don't know, what color do you want? But then they had red and orange and yellow and green, and I just couldn't decide. So I always tell them to, open it with the stitching facing up. But seriously, it's like Christmas every time. They don't know which one they're getting. So when they open it up, they are totally excited because they don't know which color they're getting. So this particular one, of course, I picked out the black because I just picked one off there, but there's so many different colors. And they all look the same. They're just different colors. So that's one kind of fun thing I did with the hard cases is now they don't know what color they're getting. And I use them in 3rd grade. So there's 110 kids in 3rd grade. 4th grade's got 120. So, to assign them a number, I guess I could have done it by classroom, but it's okay. They're really good with them. So I really don't have to worry about that.
All right, awesome. What do you name the other 3 strings in addition to bottom string?
Okay, well, yes, I do call this the bottom string or 2nd string going up towards my chin. So bottom string. So, and then the 2nd string, then the 3rd string going up. And then so your G, your highest one is closest to your chin. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Same thing on the frets. 1, 2nd string, 3rd string, 4th string on top. Great questions.
All right, awesome. I've got a few more here. This is a 2-part question. Any recommendations on implementing ukuleles for the first time? And would after school, group, or in class be better?
I guess it depends what I'll answer the second part first. It kind of really depends on your comfort. I do mine within the classroom because I just want every student to have the opportunity. So if you do able to get a full classroom size, like I have 30 of them. So I can easily do it in a classroom. And it just shows, it's part of your curriculum. And like I said, hand and eye coordination. If I can share my screen one more time, maybe not. I put on here at one point, and this can be also, I can't remember where I have it, but it's on my presentation. So in my presentation, I don't know. Oh, no. If you look in my presentation, it does have though, I'll go back to this. If in my presentation, it does show all the great ways that this instrument is so good for you. And so I have it within my classroom. And yeah, I mean, like I said, if you have a 45-minute class, 45 is way too much time. But you might start with singing a song and you might end with an activity that's out of their chair. But I would say if you can work on it for a solid 20 minutes to a half hour, 5 times, you at least got them a good foundation. But after school, well, I'm doing a summer school class. So like I said, I do 15 lessons then in the summer. So by the time they leave summer school, they really got a great foundation. So great question.
All right, awesome. And the last question I have for you is, what are some of your favorite pieces to play with your students, both on Musicplay and off of Music?
So yes, so on Musicplay, yes, there's so many cool ones. And like I said, you can search that online resource. Here, like I said, it's got coconut jambalaya, fungal lafia, and then if you go down towards the bottom, is achy breaky heart. Kids love it, like Uptown Funk. That one's a really cool one too. Things that they can relate to. Don't worry, be happy. That's another cool one. As far as ukuleleans, if I can jump onto this one, this is actually a YouTube link online. So if you look here, you can belong to the club, so you can subscribe. And look at this, Iko, love this one. So again, if I would open up you know, this kids love
Okay,
it.
nature lovers, at US Cellular, you
Yeah.
get an iPhone 15
Hang on
Pro
one
on ice,
second.
plus $300 off a new iPad. It's true. Check out this
Ugh.
amazing photo of it.
So love this ukulele club because again, they show you all the chords that you need. So here's a C and an F, and how cool is that? Right? So you're just teaching one new chord. And do it the same way I've always taught. But again, if you go down and you go on the side, best day of my life, they love this one. And that one again is C and F, and then you're adding that A minor. And I love these because look, you put that right on your big screen and you can reinforce all your different chords. You can reinforce all your fingerings. I really do recommend.
Tammy, I'm
Yes.
so sorry to interrupt. Would you mind sharing your screen?
Oh my goodness. I'm not sharing it right now. Oh,
It's all good. My bad.
let's see here. Oh. No. No, that's not it. I'm so sorry. Well, we were doing so good. Can you see my screen now?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
So if we go to that ukuleleans.
And then so there was the Iko, and that was through Ukulele and Club. And also lots of different ones. There's they love that Waka Waka. That's really fun. Best Day of My Life, another great one that uses just a couple chords. So yeah, I would totally explore that ukuleleans though. That's a great one. Cool.
All right, awesome. I actually had a couple more questions come in the chat. So we've got, how would an ukulele lesson without Wi-Fi go for you? What would you use?
I guess at that point, because I did this prior to having Wi-Fi, basically you could get yourself a chords or a chord sheet. So you could, like I said, you can, pick up the chord sheet and you could teach it that way, like this. I've also had brought out all the stands. So you could put a song on the a stand and put the, a C or an F or a C and F. Yeah, there's definitely, you can do it that way. I know that's a lot more work. So you can find some resources like that if you don't have a, big, smart board. There's a lot, if you utilize your local music stores, they've got some really cool, easy ukulele books. So you could do that as well. I know I'm so used to using the internet now, but not every day do we have technology. So yes, then you do have to punt. So I get it.
All right, awesome. And then last question, it is a three-part question. Um, so they ask, do your students take them home to practice or only play in class?
They
How many
only,
times a week do your students have music class?
okay. So first question is no, my students do not take these instruments home at all. I do all my playing in class. So yes, and I only see them once a week for 45 minutes. So the retention of information is not easy. I get that. Probably my biggest struggle of being a teacher at this level is that when you only see them once a week. But once again, when I see them the second time, we have to just re-demonstrate again. And it's like riding a bike, it comes back to you. But yes, so I see every student once a week for 45 minutes. And if that's how they get them interested though, because after 5 or 6 lessons, and then I have, I check the 3 chords, that's when I give them that ukulele letter. And if they get a letter, that means that they can share it with their parents and grandparents. And so I always say, if your grandma and grandpa are looking for something to get you for Christmas, this is a fabulous instrument you can play alone. And then I always offer my summer course as well.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing any more questions coming up in the chat here. I did have one person ask, can the PowerPoint presentation be shared? And good news, it is already available on the workshop site. In the chat, you can see there are 2 links I just posted in there. The first one will take you specifically to the workshop site, and then the next one will take you to the PD quiz for people to take. Yeah, so thank you so much, Tammy. That was a lovely session.
Well,
It was
thank you
wonderful
very
having you
much.
on.
And I can't say enough about Musicplay Online. It truly changed my life when I actually found this resource. First, yeah, I was all of the books. There was no online at that point when I joined with Musicplay. I just, found all these resources to be so helpful in my classroom. And I'm just glad that I get to now share my knowledge. And please, yes, utilize my slides. Change that ukulele letter to how it fits your school. If it at least gives you some ideas how to explain it to parents, because of course the first thing they're going to do is see one at Walmart. Nothing against Walmart. I shop at Walmart, but I don't shop for instruments at Walmart. So it just gives you some ideas to share with parents, to utilize our local music stores. And that's where you should be getting your information from, right? We all know that at an instrumental music store versus going on Amazon. Not that I'm against Amazon again, because I use Amazon. However, then they can get there, they can get it tuned there. But yes, I do get into tuning, and there's also on my sheet, best online ukulele tuner. That's a resource I use on YouTube when I do finally teach that to my students very carefully. But that is an advanced technique, there's no doubt.
All right, wonderful. Thank you so much, Tammy.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
you're very welcome. In that case, we will close up here. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. It's always
And
lovely
thank
to
you.
see.
And thank you, everybody, for joining today. I am absolutely welcome. I put all my information on the bottom. If you wanted to email me, if you want to get a hold of me in any ways, I would absolutely love to talk to your school. Even if you have a group of music teachers that just want some more individualized help, I am absolutely available. I would love to help you out and create some success in your school.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, everybody. We will close up here, and we'll hopefully see y'all next time.